always fresh every day. You're watching Fastlane Daily.
It's itchy and it kind of burns. I don't know. All right, Grandma, I'll talk to you later. Oh,
Hey, sorry.
Hey.
I tried calling the hotel. I can't find Derek. Some woman picked up. So can you do the show today?
some woman picked up?
I have no idea.
And what's he doing at a
I
hotel?
don't know. It's 20 after 11. He's missing.
All
Can
right,
you
all
host
right.
the show?
I guess.
Well, since you got the microphone on already.
Just take my phone.
I need the phone. I need the gum.
Gum. Oh,
Gum, please. Gum.
it's the worst prop gum ever.
Fastlane Daily proudly presents episode 634 with Mr. Mike Spinelli.
Thanks, Alan.
Have a good show.
I'll try. Bob Lutz is back. Yes, the former GM vice chairman and hater of retirement is back at GM. What does that mean for the company that he used to talk about a lot? We'll have more. Also, one-off custom Corvette ZR1 takes on the Nurburgring, and there's a big change coming in nav systems. You may never get lost again. All that plus commenter of the week, possibly, and our 2-minute and change car review FLD tours. Matt Farah takes on the new Ford SHO on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I'm Mike Spinelli, and you're watching Fastlane Daily.
It's Fastlane Daily every day, always fresh every day. It's Fastlane Daily.
And he's back. GM product boss Bob Lutz is coming off the bench and stepping back into a new job at General Motors. Automotive News reports Lutz changed his mind about retiring and will return to GM as the company's new head of marketing and communications. The spry 70-something jet pilot and one-man spewer of sound bites is uniquely qualified for the job, having been an advocate for the company's post-SUV product push since 2002. Lutz is also known for controversial statements like calling global warming a crock of and that a GM bankruptcy was out of the question. You see how that turned out. Still, Lutz is known as a true car guy and has worked at every one of the U.S.'s big three automakers. GM CEO Fritz Henderson will host a web chat today from 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern at fastlane.gmblogs.com, where reports say he'll announce the Lutz reassignment.
Hi, I'm Bob Lutz, and you are watching Fastlane Daily.
Thanks, Bob. And Italian design house Bertone used the Corvette ZR1 to underpin its one-off Mantide project. Now the car's designer says it's going after the ZR1 on that famed German racetrack. You know the one. Mantide stylist Jason Castriota told the UK's Piston Heads that Mantide is 30% more aerodynamically efficient than the ZR1, and that'll translate, he says, into a faster lap on the Nürburgring. The ZR1 has already turned in an impressive official lap time of 7 minutes 26.4 seconds. Now Castriota has to convince Mantide owner Dan Watkins to put his 7-figure piece of Bertone art in jeopardy for the record. The odds of that, he says, are about 50-50. So what do you think? Should a multi-million-dollar custom be used as Nürburgring bait? Let us know in the comments. And apparently you know where they are. Be nice. And we've got 3D movies, 3D video games, and 3D, well, everything. Stuff. But could car navigation systems be next? Yes, of course, says the UK's Auto Express. Nav system makers are reportedly in a race with automotive R&D firms to develop the first 3D systems for mass production. Auto Express says sat-nav companies like Garmin and TomTom are investigating the use of high-speed microchips to enable navigation in the third dimension. Such systems would work by showing two separate images to create the illusion of depth, much like this show. Yeah, those images could be paired up with photos of streets and landmarks, like one system in development by Volkswagen. Auto Express says the technology could be available as early as next year, first in the aftermarket and later as original equipment in new vehicles. Great. Next up, commenter of the week and our 2-minute and change car review FLD tours with Matt Farah. Yes, find out what he says about the Ford Taurus SHO or SHO coming up after this.
387.
I don't know, man. This is really not
I
good.
called the hotel. He checked in. He hasn't been seen since.
Why is he checking into hotels? This is New
I
York.
have
He
no
lives
idea.
here.
I have no idea.
And I'm just really not
Yes,
that
thank
good
you.
at this. I'm feeling really
They're
uncomfortable up here.
probably going to send security up there to check his room.
Rent a cops.
All right. Thank you very much.
So we teamed up with Black Magic, yes, the tire shine people, to take this beautiful bright orange 2010 F-150 Raptor on the Bull Run Rally from New York to Austin, Texas, starting this Saturday, the 11th. And we're making videos the whole entire way to share to you guys. There's 2 ways to watch these videos. You go to blackmagicshine.com and watch every video in the series, all 6 of them. And you can go to Fastlane Daily and watch 2 unique episodes during the week over there. Anyway, I'm Matt Farah, this is the SVT Raptor, and we're going on the Bull Run. I'll see you guys there.
Comments! Really?
You have one?
Do we have? You're the producer, dude. I don't know, man. Do you have a comment of the week today?
First.
No, I'll just make up one. Today's comment of the week is first. Keep those comments flowing. We read them and we rock them. I don't know. That's what Derek D says, but I would never say something like that. Anyway, FL Detours. Matt Farah was in the Blue Ridge Mountains area of North Carolina with the Ford Taurus SHO, the 2010 model. Why don't you check it out and see what he thinks of it in our 2-minute and change car review, FL Detours. Coming up now.
What's up, everybody? Today, we're here on the Blue Ridge Parkway, one of America's most scenic roads here in the mountains of North Carolina, and we're driving the 2010 Ford Taurus SHO. I'm Matt Farah. You're watching FL Detours. In 2006, when Alan Mulally took over at Ford, one of the first questions he had was, what happened to the Taurus? You know, the car had been building brand equity for 20 years as a mid-sized sedan that was very competitive in its class, and all of a sudden it was gone, replaced by something called the 500, which was sort of bland and awful. So one of the first things he did was demand that the Taurus come back. He said, I want a Taurus right now. Put it on anything. Put that name on anything you've got, which is when the 500 became the Taurus. And then he said, you've got 2 years to build me a brand new, better Taurus. Brings us to today. For 2010, Ford has brought back the Taurus and along with it, the SHO. And with it comes the most highly anticipated American engine since the Corvette ZR1, the EcoBoost V6. It's a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, makes 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque from 1,500 RPM all the way up to its 6,400 RPM redline. It means that you've got usable power everywhere, from right off the line all the way up to redline, meaning at any gear, at any speed, you've got passing power, you've got pulling power, and you've got enough horsepower back there to really entertain yourself and all your friends. The Taurus's brakes do fall a little bit short. They're effective and they will stop the car quickly, but they do fade really quickly, which I think is sort of a side effect of this car's 4,200 pound weight. And I know that's heavy. I know that you guys on the internet think every car should be a Lotus and be 2,000 pounds, but look, let's be honest with ourselves here. If this car wasn't so heavy, first of all, it wouldn't be as luxurious as it is. I know I'm using that word, but take my word for it. This car is luxurious. And second of all, it wouldn't have nearly as many features as it had. I mean, all these computer gimmicks and all-wheel drive and dual clutch transmissions and, you know, all this advanced technology, it weighs something. The flat black front and rear valances along with the side skirts and the plethora of horizontal lines running from front to back on the car really kind of give you an impression that the car is both longer and squatter than it really is in person, which is a good thing. Just to put things in perspective, we've got a Toyota Tacoma pickup truck with the off-road package on it, which means big tires and a raised suspension. Next to the Taurus SHO, which is a performance-oriented sedan, the pickup truck almost looks small. The Taurus stands 60.7 inches tall. It's over 5 feet. Compared to me, even, it looks big. And I'm 6'3". Ford's newest design language has the dash and console extending all the way through the center tunnel to the back armrest, giving the car a more cockpit-like and sporty feel. And in that respect, it definitely works. I'm not a big fan of this whole steering wheel paddle shifter arrangement, but I think a car of this sporting nature should have a 3-spoke steering wheel. I don't particularly like the 4-spoke wheel designs. This is not the greatest car ever built. It's not a 7 Series, okay? It's not an Audi RS4, but it's very, very good. This thing is good. It sounds, when you pull away, exactly like a 335. As you can see, there's plenty of room for a 6'3" guy to sit behind a 6'3" guy. And in the trunk, just to show you exactly how big this trunk is, we'll do what I call the mafia test. The mafia test. Get in the trunk. Exactly. See? Plenty of room in there for you.
Thanks, Matt. That trunk looks mighty big. Who the hell wrote mighty big? Mighty big?
You know who wrote it.
JF, you mighty. Do you actually say mighty in conversation? Anyway, forget it. That about does it for Fastlane Daily today. I'm Mike Spinelli. Don't complain. Well, complain if you want, but I write this show every day, so I'm usually on that side of the camera where I probably should stay. Anyway, don't forget to watch the Garage 419 team on the Bull Run Rally next week. That's New York to Austin, Texas. You can follow them on Twitter, twitter.com/teamblackmagic, all one word. Also, we'll have a very special segment next Tuesday from inside the Ford SVT Raptor that these guys are going to be driving. It's a very cool truck. Good for off-roading and all that crap. So anyway, watch that. I'm Mike Spinelli. Have a good weekend. Leave me messages in the comments.
God bless the Queen.
God bless the Queen. You don't have to leave a message. I don't care. Whatever you want to say in the comments. I'm fine with it. I'm really just okay with it because it doesn't really matter. I really don't do this that often, and a lot of people say that I kind of have this kind of, sort of behind the scenes, and yet I really